What's up, everybody?
Look at that. We're live.
We're live.
Let's go.
Welcome out to another fun and exciting episode of Death Battle Cast. And Ben couldn't be here today because he had something to do with his apartment, and they could only come on Thursdays. So instead, I'm hosting. And that means today, hey, I'm Chad, I'm the voice of Boomstick. I'm joined by Liam, writer, director, voice actor, and Death Battle Cast debater extraordinaire. Sam, who's always here. He's running the board doing his Sam stuff. And back for his first appearance on Independent Death Battle Cast, it is Luis Cruz, animation director.
Yo, what's up?
Yo.
I've been pretty busy, working on Death Battle. It feels good to say that, honestly, but we're back.
I know. I kept trying to get him to do stuff, but he's like, I got too much going on. I gotta get these shots done.
It is busy right now. It's very, very busy.
Yeah.
Is that you got on your screen behind you, bro?
What?
Yeah.
What's that?
Luis, who's that on your screen behind you?
Oh, this guy?
Yeah.
He's Goku.
That's
I have a little picture of Goku here in the background,
Yeah, speaking of Omni-Man Bardock, which is our first episode, the preview just hit YouTube this past Sunday. You got your next preview hitting on this coming Sunday. And then somehow we're already at that means, well, the next week after that, we'll be airing the first ever Independent Death Battle on October 6th for YouTube.
So fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's wild. But what that means for y'all, if you like to watch Death Battle Cast every week, we're not going to be doing Death Battle Cast next week because we are going to be up in Dallas on October 3rd for the premiere, the live premiere in Dallas for Omni-Man Bardock. So I'm sorry, no cast next week, but then we'll be back after that and you'll have a Death Battle. So, hey. But man, we have a very interesting episode today to talk about because we're like, hey, new Zelda game's coming out today. And we're like, oh, we should do Zelda. It's been a while since we've done Zelda. And we're like, yeah, well, we don't want to we should let people have time to get into the game and see what she could do before we do that. I don't know. Was I the one that was just like, what about Tingle?
Yeah, I did miss this meeting, and then I showed up at the very end of it because I had other stuff to do, and then Austin was like, "Oh, it's Tingle versus Waluigi," and I was like, well, "How'd you let that happen?"
Because we were talking about it, and we thought it would be funny, and Liam got excited when he saw that, I guess the number one requested matchup is Waluigi. So,
oh yeah,
like,
this is an old one. This is an oldie but a goodie. This is I've seen this requested since season 2 of Death Battle era.
Really?
Yeah. For those middle-aged men out there,
Yeah. For those depraved maniacs.
Well, it just depends. In some instances, he always wanted to be a fairy, and then he dressed up like one. But in other instances, he's just a fucking loser until the player decided.
Chad's
to
actually
take
a
over.
huge Tingle fan, and he said when we were like, Chad, you're gonna be the one to debate Tingle, he was like, oh my god, and he sequestered himself in a library and studied Tingle for an entire week,
I hate you.
It was mad.
It was so weird.
I had to host, and then we got an ad read later, and I had to whip that up to make sure I was putting my personal spin on it, and then I was like, oh, I forgot to take a bunch of notes for Tingle. I did some research last night and a little this morning, but I normally have a time to put my sheet together, and I didn't. So
you did more than I did.
It's gonna be a little all over the place. But let's
do this.
All right.
Do it.
Why don't you go ahead? All right, Sam. Go ahead and Liam, you want to go first? Tell us about Waluigi.
I would love to go first. Yeah.
Here's your timer.
So, oh my god. So Waluigi is the evil, the Wa counterpart to Luigi in the same way that Wario was to Mario. Wa meaning bad. And he is Wario's buddy. I don't know anything about his origin or where he came from. He sort of manifested into reality, I think, in Mario Tennis 64. But essentially he is he appears in all of the spin-off stuff. No one, God forbid he ever get a single fucking game or appearance in a mainline game, He is in every single sports party, spin-off, what have you, and he is an athletic fucking monster. He has gone toe-to-toe with the rest of the Mario crew. He has tons of weapons and magical powers that will allow him to fucking dismember Tingle and crush him into little bits and blow him up and kill him. Kill him harder again.
Do you think there's a reason why Nintendo has chosen, out of all the Mario characters, to sexualize Waluigi the most?
So it's actually so interesting that people say that, because I really think that it says more about the people saying it than Nintendo.
Nintendo, the only thing they've really done is like the Rose bit, like his like intro in one of the tennis games, right? Where it's like he's kind of tango dancery.
I think all that started when Dance Dance Revolution, like the Mario Myths one, came out.
Yeah.
And he was the main villain of that game. So after that, it was just like, well, I guess he just knows how to dance. So like this was make him like this sexual demon or something.
He has a svelte body too, you know? He's muscular but also thin. And he like bends in weird ways. And he has that kind of like semi-grody aspect to him that I think people on Twitter find attractive.
Yeah, it has the jawline like, too.
Oh, he's kind of Dog Day Afternoon Al Pacino, you know? So I can see it. I can kind of see it.
Thank you to Michael Levy and Lily for gifting out some memberships. If y'all get a membership from one of them, say thank you and go check out our membership stuff. Gilda says Waluigi can swim through the air. Well,
he can do that.
Tingle can fly.
More than that.
It's pretty much the same thing. If you think about it. Chad, do you want your 60 seconds?
Sure. Yeah, I can tell you a little bit about Tingle. So again, either depending on where you're playing, it was either a man who just always longed to be a part of fairy culture, so much so that he donned a fairy disguise and just tried to manifest it by sheer will and pretending to be a fairy. Absolutely loves him some rupees. And actually, rupees are tied to his life force in a way. He's got a ton of skills that I didn't know about, because he's actually, unlike Waluigi, gotten his own games. So he can he has flight, a time-traveling balloon, the ability to heal himself and others. He can stretch his arms. He can multiply himself up to 300 to 600 copies. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Has mild tune force, is immune to poisons, can time travel, can't die. He's got tons of equipments like slingshots, bombs, nitro bombs, the ultimate medicine, which heals anything. He has love potions and perfumes that can make things fall in love with him. Knocks out sleep sprays. He's basically building to planet level when we get into it. So I was very surprised that there was this much material for Tingle. So
he does have is it multiple games? I know that there's one on the DS, but there might be a second one. There's two.
How did Tingle get two games?
Like, why were those resources devoted to Tingle?
He's incredible.
I think I read about this a little bit, and it's apparently the creators of Zelda were big fans of Tingle, and they just wanted to make games for Tingle and see how that went. But like, I guess they never released him outside of Japan. But like, you know, that's why not many people have heard those spin-off games. But yeah. They're wild.
So there was a moment in time where Nintendo invested more money into Tingle than Metroid, and they were like, "This is good. This will work."
And Star Fox, yeah.
And Star Fox. Well, that one I don't really blame them. I don't think Star Fox is made for the modern generation. You'd have to change it a lot.
Can you imagine like a VR Star Fox game? That'd be pretty rad.
Yeah, that would be sick. That's what they should do. Whenever Nintendo gets around to VR here in like 10 years, it'll be good. Their next one, Nintendo they will have a Switch 2, I'm sure, and it will be great. And then much like their normal cadence, they will bomb hard with some very out there console, and I cannot wait. They will have the Wii U 2, and oh baby, I am ready.
From Super Chat from Ewan Burn. I'll take my best shot. Anyway, he said, I'll take Waluigi in any form. Love Death Battle. Thank you. Appreciate the super chat. Gelatin Man says, I believe that Waluigi was there for the tennis nuke feat that y'all gave Mario and Mario versus Sonic 2. Well,
Yeah, I mean, Waluigi, that is a feat that I was going to talk about. Waluigi was there at the epicenter of an explosion that like consumed an entire stadium with a bunch of bombs. Bombs are like one of his trademarks. He is like he's like the bomb guy. So he can just pull them out of his asshole anytime that he wants. He has like essentially just an infinite amount of them. That's not the most impressive feat that Waluigi has.
He's got prison pocket space.
Yes, he has. He has exactly. Yes. So all of his stuff is from like the sports spin-offs games, spin-off games, which might not sound impressive, but it actually has. There's like you have tons of stuff from there. He can teleport. In the Mario baseball game, he has one of his special items is the whiskered eggplant. It's an eggplant with a large mustache on it, and he pitches it at you like a baseball. And it causes, I believe, the batter, because he's the pitcher, he pitches it to you. It causes the batter to throw up and start vomiting uncontrollably. He can create purple vines, just manifest them. He does this in a bunch of different games. It's like his aesthetic. He can double his own speed and also separately slow down time. And he can create illusions. Like again in the baseball game, he was like throwing pitches that were like not really there. So he has tons of weird. Oh, you can create after images too. He has tons of weird abilities, tons of items that he uses in the games. He has like chain chomps. He has super mushrooms, super stars, can turn invincible. Bob-ombs, like I said, and all variety of shells, like the giant kind of Bowser spiky shell and a blue shell. That's going to be a pretty fucking horrible fucking time for Tingle. So yeah, he has tons of stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, bombs is also like one of Tingle's like go-to things, and he has been blown up by every type of bomb you can think of, and they don't really have any effect on him. That's the one thing that's really interesting. Tingle's got this like weird, mild, like cartoon force thing going. So like, you know, he's been electrocuted to the point that you see his skeleton and he's fine. He's walked through clouds of poison, completely immune. Poison just doesn't affect him for whatever reason. Has been blown up a whole lot. Let me see. I've got a list here. Oh, it's on my phone because
For the record, Waluigi also has Toon Force, like all the other Mario characters.
Gotcha.
He can be like crushed flat like a pancake and be fine.
Yeah, he's.
Is there an actual level of being electrocuted that this like see the skeleton
bones
thing can? I've never seen somebody truly electrocuted to that level in real life, so I don't know if it's like possible to hit this like X-ray zone of electrocution, but
I don't think.
I think I saw a video of somebody getting vaporized once, but that may have been
right. Pass that along. Go watch.
Good. Yeah, I don't. There's some science we can do. We'll have to look at that too in an episode, right?
Eva Chubber says, remember, it's always the spinoffs that give the dumbest feats. That's typically true. Spinoffs have a lot of, and I'm sure the Tingle ones are like, especially when you do a spinoff based on like what is essentially, no, I mean, the Tingle's not like a joke character, but he is the butt of many jokes as a character. So I feel like, they're going to give him some wild ass shit in there, right?
Yeah, I mean, so he can also teleport. He's teleported himself out of dungeons. He's also in Four Swords teleported himself and the adventurers off to like a town or whatever. So he can teleport pretty far away as needed. Let's see.
Well, I'm going to tell you something that's legitimately surprised me. This is canon in the 2012. So that's not like, you know, like, oh, I played against this other character in this other thing and I beat him like a fighting game. No, in the 2012 London Olympic Games Mario versus Sonic game, he canonically defeats Metal Sonic in Taekwondo. I just want to put that one out there. That's fucking crazy. He beats fucking Metal Sonic. The guy that can copy abilities, and he beats him in Taekwondo. This means that Metal Sonic's copying ability was not able to copy how unbelievable Waluigi's Taekwondo was. I think that's crazy.
That's pretty insane. I will say that is one thing that Tingle has the disadvantage in, is that he is said to be a pretty terrible fighter. However,
wrap it up, boys. What are we talking about?
Well, that's because he's not meant to, right? But I mean,
he's a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah, exactly. and he will make you love him. Like I said, he's got multiple different types of love potions that would instantly make Waluigi infatuated with Tingle. And in fact, like in the games, you can like befriend monsters to like do your bidding or whatever. So like, we'll see. I don't know. Surely Waluigi's had like a love potion experience, right? Who knows?
What's the implication there, pal?
I don't
What
know.
is it?
I don't know. It just sounds like something that he would have been exposed to at some point. Maybe
Yeah,
not.
that probably sounds like something I saw in my research somewhere. I don't remember there.
The concept of a love potion also has become extremely unwoke in quite
Right?
a negative way in the last many years, and so I feel like we do need to judge Tingle for his.
I'm already
tactics.
fighting an uphill battle by this being Tingle, Sam. We don't need this.
I would say that Waluigi's counter to that is the whiskered eggplant, which causes you to throw up uncontrollably when you present it. So if they like threw it at each other at the same time, Waluigi would be in love and Tingle would be vomiting.
I don't know. So how do you know how the effect is? Like just by looking at it, they start getting sick?
Yeah, it's like a really disgusting. It's like an ugly eggplant. It's like a really like.
Why does it have to be an eggplant too? Right, like
Tingle's had to look at himself every day, so he might not be like phased by the eggplant, right?
Right.
Brutal. Insulting your own character to get an advantage.
Yeah, well, you know,
Hey,
Chad's got new moves.
Go ahead. What were you gonna bring up?
Yeah, so I was gonna bring up that he another one of his featured traits is that he can spin so fast that he can create a tornado like around himself or stuff that he throws. He can move so fast that he can create after images. I guess we can. Well, it's only 17, so I probably shouldn't get into the big feats yet.
Yeah, I will say in one of Tingle's games, he survives a tornado. He's like standing in this little thing, and this massive tornado comes down, and it's like whipping everything else around. And it's like he is like right there. It lands like right on top of him, whips around for like a minute straight, and then goes away, and he's fine. It has survived tornadoes before.
What is Tingle's like deal? Like, what is his backstory? Who is he as a person, as a man?
So again, it depends on. So this is in the spin-off games. It's basically this: a lonely 35-year-old man without a job or any friends. Tingle is transformed into a different kind of being after answering the call of a mysterious entity named Uncle Rupee, who encourages him to donate great amounts of money to him to be allowed into the mysterious utopia named Rupee Land. So that's the like Rupee game backstory. And then in like, Zelda proper, it's all that like he always wanted to be a fairy and he wanted to live with the fairies. So he made himself an adult-sized fairy costume.
Is that also in Wind Waker? Is he still a fairy guy in Wind Waker?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Oh, okay. That's
weird. Always pretty much been his. Yeah. Thank you everyone for the gifted memberships and super chats. I'm trying to keep up with you while also hosting and arguing.
Thank you for the 10.
Tingle survive?
So Tingle's a
the apocalypse
is essentially what's happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Majora's Mask and Wind Waker are different timelines. Does Tingle exist in separate timelines separately, or is it a different person? Is Tingle like
good question.
A god?
Well, yeah, or is he even in the other timelines? Like, he's not in Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, but he's in Wind Waker and like that.
No, he's in Majora's Mask.
He's in Majora's Mask.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's his first appearance.
Yeah, he's in the back little corner of the town on his balloon. You got to pop the balloon to get him down.
I was never a big Majora's Mask. I never beat it. I played it a little bit and was like, this game is not for me.
It's so dark though.
I just didn't like it as a kid. I was like, what's this timer? Anxiety. Like, ran away.
A floating shopping list says in Wind Waker, he enslaved his siblings. So I do have a question about that. Do we know that they are actually his siblings? Because we've seen in the spin-off games that, or in Four Swords, I believe, Tingle can clone himself. And I was like, oh, there's probably going to be like 4 of them, right? And then I looked it up. And it's like, Tingle comes by the screen. And he's like gonna steal some rupees from there's like 2 people playing in Four Swords, right? And he like goes by. And then there's like more of him and more of him, more of him, more. And like it's like the whole screen is like blacked out by Tingle's like floating by. And then it says they stole 300 it says Tingle stole 300 rupees from each player. And it looked like they were each getting 1. So either all 300 each, there were 300 copies of himself. and they each took one from each, or there was 600 and they each all just took one. So, but can clone up to 300 to 600 versions of himself, depending.
Okay.
Which I feel
Pretty
is
impressive.
pretty impressive, right? That's a lot. That's fighting a whole army.
It might not matter though.
Oh
It
yeah.
might not matter ultimately. Yeah. With Waluigi's anti-clone gun. No, it doesn't have
No,
an anti-clone gun.
I was so ready to believe that. I was like, oh fuck, what's that from? Like, you know, like
Yeah.
I did see William in the chat who put up a good thing where it's like the blue shell might determine that Waluigi, because he's stronger, is in the lead.
Oh.
Which is interesting.
Oh.
how would a blue shell work not in a
I
way?
was going to say that the blue shell would lock on to the original Tingle and hit the original Tingle potentially, but also that's not quite how it works. But
No, it's not.
It's kind of a cool idea.
But how do you set that like
Um,
in a straight fight, Liam, right? Because it's like, does it have to be under the parameters of a race? So would you have to be like, blue shell, race you to that tree that's like behind Tingle, so he's clearly ahead,
Yeah.
and then you throw it like.
I wonder
whoever's
if
closer to death, perhaps, in the race towards the end of life.
If
I
you
don't
throw a
know.
blue shell- if you throw a blue shell in Mario Kart and you're in first place, that thing is gonna hit you. I
Yeah.
believe.
Blue
Or
shell, by the
even
way,
if you're in
does
like
not-
5th place and you jump ahead, like go
Yeah.
off a thing and get in first, does it just come right and hit you? I don't know.
To be clear, like I'm not referencing the blue shell in its use in Mario Kart, though I guess that would count. Like, why wouldn't you get Mario power-ups? I'm referencing it from I think it's the soccer game. I think it's Strikers Charged. You get access to different shells and stuff in it. So I don't know how it works in Strikers Charged because I didn't watch the video. I just went, oh, interesting piece of information. I'm going to type that down. Good.
Blue
But
shells
yeah,
are an
I
item in
imagine
Smash.
that.
That's a good point. They probably
I
work more
imagine
like
it would
that.
go to. Oh, right. In Smash, it goes to the person who's winning, and then in Strikers Charged, it probably goes to the other team's captain or something. I could be wrong, but I think that might be how it goes. Right,
All
right.
right.
Because the team's captain, yeah, all the rest of the guys are losers in your team. It's like Monty Mole and shit. Yeah, so it probably goes to the team captain, which in this case would be Tingle. Tingle's fucking dead. It would go to Tingle regardless because it's only one person. But yeah.
Didn't you say that Tingle can't die, Chad?
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah. So as long as Tingle has rupees, he can't die. So the rupees are like a supplemental life force for him.
This is like
And-
Sonic, kind of.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes. But he doesn't lose all his rupees when he gets hit. He just loses like a small percentage of them.
Yeah.
And the maximum cap is, hold on. There's no commas here, so this is difficult. Give me a second. 99 million.
Oh,
so,
okay.
so
And
you can
how
have a
many-
lot.
Okay. But I remember watching that boss fight, and it isn't just like you die, you lost 1 rupee. It's like you're getting hit, and first of all, he was shooting rupees at the boss, using them as like a projectile, spending them, I would assume. And if he gets hit, like he loses more than just 1 rupee, right? It isn't just like.
Yeah, it's not like one
rupee
each,
is a-
but I
is a
don't know
life,
the
yeah.
exact amount. But it's not like the Sonic thing where it's like, bam, 1 hit, go get them all.
Yeah.
It's like a recruiting.
It's in-
That's
it's in
a lot of
between,
rupees.
yeah.
Do the rupees disappear when he gets hit, or do they like just fall out of him and you can grab them? Then
I think they disappear. I think it's just gone. If I
Okay.
remember it.
Waluigi's a thrifty individual. Probably wants the money.
So the other thing is, one of the things that you probably saw when you were looking at that, seeing him fight with the Master Rupee, and we're gonna save that.
him.
We're gonna save that for a little bit because that's
Of course.
super powerful. But let's see. Yeah, I mean, he's gone toe to toe with bosses that can like level a building. He's blown up buildings. He's blown up rocks the size of buildings. And then let's see. Durability is like I said, he's withstood a lot of stuff, but there's a real crazy feat that I'll save for a little bit later. I'm trying to think. Do you have anything else you want to bring up?
We're both like waiting to save our big
Yeah, I
feats,
know, right?
And it's only we're 24 minutes in, so
Yeah, I know, right? Let's see.
no, Chad, that was all that I had.
That was it. Okay, great.
So Chad, I have a question. You said that he can control, like he is able to control monsters and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
does
he makes them love him.
Does he like? Yeah. Does he like? Is that like a fair thing to give him? Like, like, can he like bring?
No, he wouldn't be like
Tingle-
pulling out moblins. in the
Okay,
fight or
okay. It's
anything
not like, he
that,
has
but,
like a okay.
But if they were wherever they were, if there was something, he could technically like love potion it, I guess, and then it would come over to his side. But I guess he'd, or he just makes Waluigi love him, and that's the way this ends.
I was just imagining like Tingle had like some sort of like army that he can tap into.
Yeah. Oh, also, there's also just the natural fear of his outfit. In like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, if you're wearing the Tingle outfit, villagers are horrified of you and they naturally recoil and want to run away. So he's
Waluigi
just constantly
doesn't seem
radiating
like a
presence
recoiler.
of fear.
Waluigi
gets
fears
down.
nothing.
Yeah, no, he's just in the muck and the mire. He is a.
Waluigi's also a genius. I think he might be too smart for something like so crude to work, like frightening animal patterns scaring off like cats and shit. He is a genius, an actual genius. He built Waluigi Pinball. He also built an island that has. It's one of the maps in Mario Party. And it has like all this like tons of like industrial equipment and like bombs and traps and stuff. So he built that with his own bare fucking hands. He is an entrepreneur, and I think too smart to fall for anything so stupid as that.
Got you. So Tingle's intelligence is it's above average. He's I mean, he's mastered a lot of different like cartography. He's good at haggling, good at cooking and cuisine, alchemy, puzzle solving. Yeah. But he is a little bit too trusting, I will give it that.
Too trusting, you say? Well, Waluigi is a schemer. He and Wario are like the Ed, Edd n Eddy of the Mario. Always coming up with plans and schemes to fool people. I think that Waluigi could potentially convince Tingle to kill himself. Who knows?
I don't think you're gonna get that one. I feel like a lot of people in his world have been trying to do that for a long time, and he has stayed strong. Seriously, I feel bad for Tingle. Like anytime somebody comments on him, they're all just like, "That fucking loser." Like it's just. Like...
Has Tingle ever had any interaction with the other Triforce wielders? Or is it just Link?
Yeah, so he's oh no, the other one like Zelda and Ganon, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Ganon, maybe. I just don't know because like he's like fighting like a dragon.
Recoil from Tingle. Because that would give him more credence, I think.
Yeah, he was fighting this like dragon thing, and it might have been like a Ganon. I think I might have read that, but sorry, like I said, I was trying to rush through this. I'll have to see if I can find that. But yeah, no, I mean, he's kept up with Wind Waker Link. If we want to talk speed a little bit, he's kept up with Wind Waker Link, who we know has dodged beams of light, so he's theoretically light speed.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge one out of left field.
Yeah,
that's big. You're just talking all this stuff, and then randomly you're like, "He's do light speed."
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were talking about how much of a loser he was. Okay,
light speed
I mean,
losers.
People view him as a loser, but he's actually done some cool shit. Yeah.
Oh, are we counting Hyrule Warriors Tingle? Good question, Kino.
Why not?
I mean, why not? Right?
Yeah.
Is like he actually in Hyrule Warriors? Or wasn't that just like a costume?
No, that was an actual Tingle.
Yeah, he is there. I've seen people posting the gifs.
Oh hell yeah! In that case, he's killed so many. He's killed so much. Like
suddenly, like his kill count has
like massively skyrocketed. Now we're into like genocide territory. All right, like he has raised the land of Hyrule.
If Waluigi's so smart, Liam, why can't he convince Nintendo to give him a game?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think that's how.
He's
not got fourth wall. He doesn't have any fourth wall stuff, right?
He doesn't need a game. He
Yeah.
doesn't need a
Later,
game.
thanks for getting
So Waluigi's strength is in his
raw sexuality.
His raw sexuality. He is similar
Have
to
you
a
seen
monster
Tingle
in a monster
dance?
movie. Scarier when you see less of him. I have seen Tingle dance. I'm unimpressed.
How dare you? He is a master of dance.
Waluigi is the fucking villain of the Mario Dance Dance Revolution. So actually, he is the dancer. He wins the dancing. We have a fucking dancing category.
That's a whole separate
Waluigi
thing.
wins.
Tingle's
What's
been
separate
dancing
about
his
But like,
whole life.
let's think about it this way: like Mario beat Waluigi in a dance-off, though, because
Yeah, because he's Mario, and Nintendo wants Mario to win no matter what. Waluigi was the final boss. Okay, we can talk about scaling. So obviously, because he's in like Mario Party and the Mario sports games, he physically compares to all of the Mario characters, right? Like at least the ones that compete. And if you don't believe that, at the end of one of the Mario Party games, it's clearly one of the 64 games. I think it's Mario 3. Mario Party 3. He beats the ever-loving fuck out of Bowser physically in a physical fight. Image 3, Sam, please, if you could.
Image 3. 1 second.
Yeah, so they get into a big fight, and there's a big like dust cloud, and then that's what pops out of the dust cloud. Fucking Bowser, done, dead, fucking executed. Waluigi with his gigantic foot, having just finished him off. So I think that if you can like physically fight off Bowser, who can like survive fucking supernovas exploding, I think that he's probably a little bit too much for old Tingle McGingle there.
Fair enough.
Also, in Mario Party 6, there's a game that I brought up before called Black Hole Boogie. Has a name in it, and it's a building level feat. Just kidding. It's a fucking. So the feat is that image. This is image 4, Sam. Yes, there it is. You have to outswim a black hole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you can be any character, including Waluigi's playable character in this game, so it counts for him. If he wins, that means that he can swim through space, empty space, faster than light to escape the black hole. If he loses, and those, by the way, those are stars being consumed by the black hole. If he loses, he gets sucked up into the black hole. The black hole fucking explodes. And then the loser is left unharmed floating through space. So in this case, it was Mario lost. He was like floating through space. Waluigi, capable of surviving in the detonation of a black hole. That is large enough to consume stars. I would say that is like solar system multi-star level. That's an insanely powerful feat. I don't think that, even with all of Tingle's clones, which is really impressive, and his incredible life force given to him by the rupees. Right. I don't think that. Yeah, end it there. We don't need to keep talking.
No, we can't end it there, Liam, because I have to tell everybody about our wonderful sponsor today.
Oh, I think even with all of that, including the rupee life, he's gonna be able to outlast him.
Liam loves it when I don't let him finish the thought and go into the ad read. Hey, no, but I'm really excited because I want to tell you, because today's episode is brought to you by Turtle Beach, the #1 brand in gaming headsets and accessories. They sent me a pair of the new Gen 3 Stealth 600 headset, which I'm wearing right now. The sound is crystal clear, lets you hear footsteps from what feels like miles away. Plus, they're super comfortable. I've been wearing them for hours, which is great because the Stealth 600 models are for PlayStation, PC, and Xbox, including cross-compatibility and Bluetooth. So, one headset for all your systems. It's been both great for both gaming and listening to my audiobooks. Also, all right, y'all, I'm so stoked to have Turtle Beach sponsoring this episode because we have been wanting to advertise like console and PC gaming accessories to y'all for a while now, and we are so thrilled that Turtle Beach came on to support Independent Death Battle. In fact, I was so excited that it was Turtle Beach because my first pair of gaming headphones were Turtle Beach. These things are ancient. I used them so much. See, like I couldn't bring myself to throw them away because they're like my first gaming headset and they were awesome. And needless to say, the Stealth 600s have made some significant advancements, and those are great. And by the way, those still work. So, just wanted to. I'm so stoked that Turtle Beach is sponsoring us. And so. Here's the thing. Turtle Beach isn't just about headsets, though. They've also got a ton of other great gaming accessories. So if you guys don't need a headset right now, still go check them out. From flight and racing simulators to controllers, keyboards, and mice, all high-quality products, but at a price that won't break the bank, especially for you guys, because For a limited time only, our viewers get 10% off their entire order when you use code DBC at turtlebeach.com. That's 10% off of your order at turtlebeach.com with promo code DBC. Get the ultimate immersive gaming experience with Turtle Beach today. For a limited time only, head to turtlebeach.com and use code DBC for 10% off your entire order. That's 10% off your order at turtlebeach.com with promo code DBC. Go check them out. See the stuff that they have. Use our code so that then they know, hey, that worked, and then they want to sponsor some more stuff so we can get more like gaming accessories and stuff that you guys would like. So yeah, thank you, Turtle Beach.
I might actually use
Thank you,
that.
Turtle Beach. Isn't it
Right?
funny
I was like
that
10% off the whole thing. All
Yeah,
right.
not bad. I know.
Isn't it funny that we're discussing Turtle Beach, the same cast with Tingle, a character from Majora's Mask, where there is a giant turtle on a beach in the Great Bay? Yeah. I thought about that. Yeah.
Well, you went there instead of just Koopas. Like
Right.
that was,
Yes.
that was the whole.
Made it hard for yourself, for sure.
That's funny.
Yeah. Waluigi
Okay,
wins.
so yeah, black hole,
The
pretty
end.
crazy.
The end.
Tingle has also just survived like swimming through space and re-entry. Tingle has been blasted through the moon, through one side and out the other. Also,
Wait.
when he has access to the oh god, wait, notes are
We
over
just
here.
like completely gloss over that. Just like, oh yeah, through the moon, yeah, and also
Yeah,
Two
he
out
gets
of
so he gets knocked
within-
through the moon all the way out the other side, and then ends up he swims his way and falls back.
Is
re-entry.
the Zelda world moon ours? Or like, is this a Majora's Mask moon that's actually a lot smaller?
No,
Is there
this
any
isn't.
weird
This
shit?
isn't the rupee. This isn't the rupee game. So
Okay.
normal moon.
So assuming
as
that
far
he
as we
also
know.
Are those just
survives
not-
like the vacuum of space and all that kind of shit too, then
Yeah,
how's he get
Yeah.
back?
he just falls.
oh, so
How
he
we
has
all
his
get
own
back.
gravitational pull then. Like he can
Yeah,
control
yeah.
that.
Okay, well, we
Um,
all have a gravitational pull, even regular
Oh, yeah,
humans. It's just very small.
Yeah, and so here's the thing: with the Master Rupee, he can harm Uncle Rupee, the most evil, like powerful being or whatever that you have to fight. And then with it, the Master Rupee gave the Rupee Tower enough power to pierce through the entirety of the moon. Right, so he's like large planet level with the Master Rupee, which he has access to at the end. So we'd give it to him. Yeah.
But not as powerful as Bowser or the black hole feat, unfortunately.
Yeah, but now
Yeah,
I
I
had
mean-
300 of them.
Then it's 300 fucking ants. It's three. There is a closer relationship in power between a fucking ant and myself than between someone who is planet level and someone who is like fucking solar system, large star, whatever level.
Wait, so we know Waluigi can survive a lot, but like, what's his biggest destructive like strength feat?
I guess it would be beating the shit out of it. It would be out-muscling Bowser, right? It would be like beating him. In terms of like directly like something that he's done that can be measured, like he blew up a planet or something like that. He doesn't have stuff like that. He gets his feats from like beating the other Mario characters, from scaling to them. Because he's in all the sports games, they don't really like, aside from that, like the stadium blowing up, but that's a durability feat. And it was the bombs. They don't really like destroy things in those games. In Mario Sports Mix, you do fight Behemoth from Final Fantasy.
Good.
Yeah, well,
Which
yeah.
is like one of the big beasts that can like summon like meteors and shit and blow up
Yeah.
stuff. So you can probably scale him to Behemoth as well.
How's he beat him? Like, does he actually like punch him or like kick him?
Yeah,
or,
I didn't watch the video. I think it's a sports game, so you probably hit a thing. I think that's the one. It's the 3DS one where there's a bunch of different sports games you can play in it. So you probably like, oh, they bring out all of the sports things. So you hit him with a tennis ball, and then you spike a volleyball, and then you dunk on him and hit him again. A lot of hitting you with balls. So it's probably like that, but I could be wrong. I don't actually know.
Yeah.
Maybe like you grab the meteors. I'm speculating, but you beat him. You beat him. I promise. And you scale.
Everyone's distracted by your dog, Luis.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious!
This dog
can you,
right here?
Can you pick the dog up? Can you pick the dog up and?
There's
show it to
no
us?
way I can pick him up. He's huge.
Can you try?
Come here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that
Yeah.
fluffy dog.
Oh my god, it's like a fucking ball. It's a ball. It's like he's like a giant cotton ball with a face. Oh my god. What
So
could?
cute. I don't even
Oh,
care who it is now. Let's just do this for the rest of cast.
is there even like? Is there even dog flesh underneath that? I think it's just like a ball
Just
of
Floof.
fur with a
Yeah,
face.
only Floof.
There he is.
Yeah, it's a pretty good dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like again, I don't know. I think because of the rupee thing, right? So he's got 999,000.
I know it would take a while. It would
rupees.
take a while.
Like,
Yeah.
and then there's like 300 of them. You know, like
Yeah. But also, maybe those are shadow clones. I don't know. Are they like physically all the same? Not that I think it would matter. Essentially, like Waluigi is so much stronger that like Tingle might as well be a fucking shadow clone.
So Tingle can also go back in time. It has some interesting rules though.
Time, huh?
Yeah, here it comes.
Okay.
So
Thanks for the joke.
he can travel
wrote it
back in
myself.
time as long as it's somewhere that he's been. So he can't travel into the future, but as long
Okay.
as he's been somewhere and he
So you
knows
can
that his balloon
Travel
can
back to the
go
beginning
there,
of the fight.
he can go right. And so like
Right.
Has Waluigi ever had a weakness that's been shown?
Waluigi has no weaknesses.
Wow.
No, he's just like out. He's just outplayed. When he time travels, does he hop into a machine and then pops out, or does he like pops back into his own body, like his body from the beginning of the film?
it's still him. He floats on a balloon, goes back a page in like the storybook or whatever.
Gotcha.
So he
Well,
turns the
then-
page. So I don't know if you want to get into some real weird,
Yeah.
like fourth wall breaky shit there. He like, but
yeah. Well, what I'm saying is that I think that would actually disadvantage him because he'd be like exhausted from the fight with Waluigi, going back to the start of the fight and not have as many rupees as he did when he initially started the fight. So it's like weakened Tingle starting the fight against fresh Waluigi. Which is why
you
I
know,
asked if
I
it's
wish
like
I wish I had played the game as opposed to see stuff, and because I don't remember. I don't remember if when you go back in time, if your rupees reset. Actually, I don't know that.
I don't know either.
That would be okay. Well, regardless, it's a shitload of rupees that he's got.
Yes,
So-
yes. I think it
I'm
would
just
take
saying he's
Waluigi
got-
a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got the ability to go back and like adjust if there are like mistakes that are being made. You know, or
Oh.
like because he's
There
gonna
is a
survive it.
potential- There is a potential way that he wins. Waluigi could potentially just destroy Tingle's soul and make the rupee thing irrelevant. So Waluigi does have access to the superstar, which makes you invincible, obviously. It makes you kill anything you touch. You also kill, like, boos, right? Like, ghosts are also killed by the superstar. So I think that you could make an argument that he would instantly fucking kill Tingle, destroy his soul upon contact.
Well, I think you could
So-
also make an argument that the soul needs to be out of the body first for him to be able to punch it, right?
Okay, so he runs through him once, the Tingle's soul pops up, he's like, ooh, and then he runs back. And then
Also,
What is this?
are the ghosts in Mario, like, they seem to be, I don't think the ghosts in Mario are dead people. I think they're just like their own little critters.
well, you could say that they're spirits, right? I would say that they're spirits. Unless
So-
you're saying the Tingle doesn't have a soul.
You could say that I think
Maybe.
spirits is fine, but I don't think they're the spirits of dead people in Mario.
I think regardless, it would destroy Tingle's spirit.
Yeah, I will say
because, you know,
the star clearly destroys things on like a metaphysical level. Yeah, sure, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it unmakes them. Also, he beat Metal Sonic in Taekwondo, canonically, in the 2012 London Olympic Games.
2012
not
London
the
Olympic.
not the
Who
rupee
knows?
game, but the storybook game. I'm pretty sure. He's fighting a boss that is specifically trying to drain his life force, right? But Tingles just keeps regenerating. Like it can't be every time he tries to drain it, it just goes back up. So I don't know if we like soul life force. Pretty close. He might be resistant to whatever soul stuff that Waluigi has.
Maybe not. Whiskered eggplant. Ultimately, I think it's gonna come. I think it's ultimately still gonna come down to like he just outstats the fuck out of him. Even as powerful as Tingle is, I'm not taking that away from him. He's a lot stronger and faster, and would just outlast Tingle because Tingle's rupees will run out, you can lose the game, I assume. Whereas Waluigi can lose his games, but he would need to be beaten by somebody stronger.
Picture 300 moon level Tingles.
Yeah.
All running around at the speed of light.
Yeah. Yeah. And Waluigi pops a star, and they're running into a fucking. They're just being like they're just running. He's just like walking through them like Superman with the Kamehameha. And
then he hops back in time to before the star was made, and now he knows to not let him use the star.
In fact, wait, will he grab the star? Like, does he have the star and just pop it out and then use it?
I mean, Tingle's good. Tingle's good at stealing. Like, he could steal that star. He could steal any coin.
What if
Mario
Tingle
characters can react?
Well, okay, Tingle's faster than light, or as fast as light.
Yes.
He's FTL.
Yes. Yes.
He sees Luigi. Tingle's reactions, incredible. He sees Waluigi do this. He sees Waluigi just smoke some of his clones, because obviously he's not going to be the first one there. He jumps back in time and takes the star for himself. What now?
That's what I'm saying.
Take the star too fast. Waluigi's too fast. Mario characters, right? The ones that he competes with in sports, which require speed and dexterity and being as fast as your opponent. Are capable of moving much faster than light. Piloting ships that can move across galaxies. Tagging stars that can like the what is it called? It's like the superstar, the super grand star, something like that. That can like move like from the center of the galaxy to their planet and like they are like massively faster than light. They're much faster than even Tingle's impressive faster than light feats. I think that I don't think that he'd be able to get a one up on Waluigi anytime. That's kind of a fun pun. He'll do that next Mario character.
So there's this other weird thing, and I didn't have a chance to look into this too much more, but he also has like a time stop where like he'll come across an enemy and they'll get like frozen in time, and then he can still like choose what he's gonna do next. Unfortunately, I was just looking into that when then I was like, oh god, we gotta go live. So I don't know too much more about it.
Big one to, yeah,
I know.
How unfortunate.
I just said no.
In the chat, Lily said Tingle is FTL while Waluigi is DTF, and that's just funny.
Oh yeah, and Waluigi is so FTL that he can move just baseline faster than light by swimming through space. Remember the black hole feat? It's just him like awkwardly through empty space, like he's not even like running on it. He's as fast as Tingle.
All right. In a situation, where'd it go? In a situation where Tingle feels in danger, time canonically stops moving.
What do you do? What do you do there? I don't know.
I think during that final boss, the time has not stopped moving.
He
just doesn't feel any danger from.
Yeah, because Tingle got it.
Well, okay. If Tingle is so unthreatened by like a rupee god, then he's definitely not going to feel threatened by Waluigi, and Waluigi's going to fucking kill him.
Also, if time is truly stopped, Waluigi can't move forward in time and can't die.
Exactly. We're making such good points.
Well, it's really weird.
Yeah.
It's like
Tingle
it's another
is really
person.
Weird.
It's like a yeah, well, you know.
Like he's so scared of Waluigi that time is forever stopped. He just sits like time stops moving and Tingle just sits down and just cries.
That would be great to do. It's as a fight, and then just have like the longest death battle ever, where it's like one of those uploads where it's like a 7-day video, and it's just like that frame for 7 days until Tingle finally stops crying and then just goes okay.
Yeah, I've
smoked by Waluigi.
Sam, you've really been on my side this whole.
Yeah,
call,
I know, right?
This whole cast. Refreshing.
Tingle's easy to dislike. That's part of his character, I think.
Wow.
I don't know. I know what's going on with Mario characters to a certain extent, and I think it's a tough one. I genuinely think if you put any like Mario versus Link I think I know how that goes. Luigi versus Zelda, Peach versus Zelda. I think I know how that goes. So I don't think Tingle's gonna be the one to escape the
I don't
absurd
even. He's
power
like the
level.
most cartoony. So he is like minor cartoon force. Let's see, like we'll see him like. So like his art, he can stretch his arms super far. He can like change his body into weird shapes. He's made his eyes become rupees and like pop out real far before. Like I said, he's turned the pages of his own story.
Yeah, but like
So,
I mean,
like-
Waluigi can be flattened down to a single pixel and just walk around like I mean, they all have like all Mario characters have a lot of Toon Force shit too. I feel like maybe not arm stretching, but as far as like bodies being squished,
yeah, he's got the
They can be
sleep spray.
squished and squashed.
his.
So he knocks the 300 light speed clones come rushing at him. One of them's gonna get him, hit him with the sleep spray, knock him out, and then boom, throw him into the sun.
That's also. I feel like
The sun
Tingle's.
explodes.
Waluigi
flies out of the sun.
I also dislike Tingle from the level of he's got love potions and sleep spray. Like his Epstein kit doesn't seem very fucking cool, dog. So like,
yeah, Tingle definitely got those
Tingle's
from a Diddy
problematic.
Party. Yeah.
When you're more problematic than Waluigi, you have to stop. Like a certain point, you have to like take stock. Yeah. So Waluigi.
I'm telling you, I think.
What are we
the amount of
thinking?
Clones and kits.
I'm thinking I'm gonna put the poll up and we'll figure out here.
Yeah.
We can do that. I also like normally the chat's got like extra things for people, but right now everybody's just been like, "All right, this is crazy." Like,
Yeah, I think the
Poll's live.
Epstein argument thing kind of convinced me. I'm gonna vote for Luigi, honestly. That was wild.
the other thing is in chat, like the whole time people be like, "I don't care what you say, nothing's convincing me to vote for Tingle." And it's
Which
just like, God.
is paramount in a testimony to the excellent character creation that the people that made Tingle have done, because that is his intention, is that he's off-putting, right? So like, bravo people at Zelda who made
Come on,
Tingle. Good job.
Tingle needs a win, y'all.
Tingle is
Had
the
a
Tingle
hard
treatment
life.
is so mean. They're so mean to him
I
in that
know,
game. It's
right?
so funny. There's a nice wholesome game series, and then they're just so fucking like out of pocket mean to fucking Tingle.
Right.
It's great. He's
Like-
annoying though.
Hey, have you seen that weird pice of shit pretending to be a fairy? Go, he hangs out back here. God, that guy
Drill him.
sucks. Anyway, it's like
Drill him
every
with
time
hammers.
he's just like that weird old man thinks he's a child. Like they're always just like that. Everybody's so mean. And now, if you vote Waluigi, you're gonna continue that pattern of hate.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Vote Tingle.
Yeah.
You think Wario and
Once
Waluigi
again.
have explored each other's bodies?
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
All right.
You don't think you heard me say that? Let me say it again. Do you think that Wario and Waluigi, and I said explored each other's bodies, which means have sex, by the way?
Okay, well, I didn't
Yeah,
know if you
I
meant that,
don't
or like
think
some
so.
WarioWare we shrunk down and then like Magic School Bust each other or something, you know?
Yeah. They magic school bust each other. That's a good way of saying
I don't
that.
think any of the characters inside the Mario franchise have had any intercourse, have explored any bodies in that way.
Bowser has children.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. But
And-
Bowser
and
is
the
a
mother is
reptile, which are
We
well
know-
known for asexually reproducing.
What are you talking about? No, what? That's not. Reptiles don't. What are you talking about? No.
Some sharks.
we know
Bowser's
the
pretty
mother
much a
is.
shark.
We know who Bowser's mother, who the Bowser's baby
Who
mama
are they?
is.
The Koopalings? Yeah.
The Koopalings, or at least Bowser Jr., who his mother is. This was canon. This was in an interview. Shigeru Minamoto was asked who his mother was, and Shigeru Minamoto responded,
So that means
This
Bowser.
could be an adoption situation.
Oh,
Bowser fucked Shigeru Miyamoto.
Are you
Which
sure
is a
it's not
feat.
like salmon style? Where
Oh, like
Shigeru
he, like-
Miyamoto
like he,
laid
like,
some mind
laid-
eggs And
How
then
is that?
Bowser
Yeah,
fertilized
yeah.
them with
Bowser
his
fertilized
concept.
them.
Fertilized
Great.
them. No, I think that it was passionate. I think that Bowser took Shigeru Miyamoto out to a nice restaurant, Fogo de Chao, perhaps, and wined and dined him, and
It would
they
be
were
fun
at
go
their
to
apartment.
Chow. Sorry.
A fun go to show, yeah.
But
They were
how's that
chatting
scale?
about
You know,
puppetry.
to
Yeah,
how's that scale to Waluigi? Like just being able to have sets with
he was able to
Shigeru
beat.
Miyamoto.
Yeah, he was able to. He was able to impregnate.
This is the
man
worst feat
who
I've
was
ever
fourth
heard in
wall.
my life.
And Waluigi can physically beat Bowser, right?
Like, what is it? I love this
so-
argument. It's like, hey, we've had a lot of characters, you know, that like hopped out of the page and like beat up their own creator,
Yeah.
but this is the
Yeah.
first time somebody hopped out and just straight railed one.
Yeah.
You know
Yes.
Remember,
what a
why no vote Tingle to get away from this. You're supporting
Yeah.
the man.
This is what happens when Ben is away.
Yeah.
Miyamoto
That'll
has
teach him.
been a funny character in interviews for years, though. He is a funny guy, and I love that he would say that. But I don't think he intended us to take that to this place. I think if he was in that moment and the interviewer was like, "If you say
Did you actually?
people will say you fucked Bowser. You know that, right?" And he was like, "Actually, no. They don't have a mom. Don't worry about it. They're adopted." That should have been what happened.
Why would he be ashamed?
Oh boy, do I have
Love is
a...
beautiful.
Your camera died,
lose
Liam, by the
Liam's
way.
camera?
Yeah, it died.
Oh, it did?
He's still here,
What?
but
It's
your
still
camera...
on.
He's hiding.
Yeah,
Go back.
Miyamoto got
There
him.
you go.
There we go.
All right, well, I'm gonna end the poll because it only
Fuck it.
keeps going up.
End it.
I mean, I want to Sam, even though we got the poll results, but Sam, Luis, let me know what are your thoughts? How are you feeling?
I'm
Well,
I'm Waluigi. You know,
I know
it.
you are, 'cause
There's
you've
not
been against me
much
the
to
whole
say.
I think
It's not you. It's Tingle.
It's
yeah. I think you made some really good arguments for Tingle. But then Sam just like threw the Epstein line, and I just like, I mean, like, come on, man. Like, am I really gonna vote for Tingle now? No.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Tingle.
Even if he might win, voting for him seems like
Yeah,
a bad look
I
to
don't-
my
what are you
character.
That
talking
was
about?
wild, Sam.
I mean, it's not like he's got a bunch of love potions, sleep sprays, and owns his own island, Tingle Island.
Yeah, it's not.
Really?
a good
Waluigi has
look.
the island.
Waluigi
Waluigi is the one with the island that he built. Yeah.
Well, Tingle has an island in Wind
With
Waker.
his
It's
bare
called
hands.
Tingle Island. Yeah.
Yeah.
He does have an island.
Yeah, not a good.
That's what I'm saying.
On his,
Well.
he takes people to it on his private air balloon. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all looking bad, bud. It's,
Oh no.
it's
This weird 35-year-old man, single,
Yeah.
I might add, who
hanging out
That's
on his
funny.
island with his friend Diddy. Oh no.
That's what I said.
Diddley Kong.
Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah, Diddley Kong. Jesus Christ.
The Kong you never hear of, Diddley Kong, is. Yeah, I think that's where we just close out our show.
Ben's
on
gonna
that
be like,
note.
"Hey, how'd the episode go?" It'd be like, "Oh, it took
Well,
a turn at the end. Thanks for sponsoring Turtle Beach, please, God, go use that code."
we've never asked for anything except for a lot that we've just currently asked for, like a Kickstarter and everything. But one more thing. So at least just click on the Turtle Beach link and look at some cool headphones and stuff, because I also had a pair of Turtle Beach
Whoosha!
headphones from ages ago, and they were fantastic. Like, they were my sitting at my PlayStation 4 playing games headphones for years, and they did kick total ass. But yeah, thank you for watching, everybody. We appreciate it. This is supposed to be Chad's job to sign us out. I don't know why I
I
started.
just took it.
Waluigi
I
I
won.
know.
Did we
you
say
wouldn't
that?
shut up. Yeah,
Huh?
Waluigi wins
Waluigi
80%. Tingle
Yeah, well, we didn't
got
need to say it.
19%.
Waluigi dumpster.
I tried. Okay.
I believe the kids
tried.
would say Tingle was ratioed, I think is what happened.
Yeah.
I think that's already gone, Sam. I think my daughter would tell you that that's like 2 years ago or something.
The 20-somethings would say ratio.
There you go.
They barely know.
All
how
right,
to
y'all.
drink.
Thanks for watching. Again, no Death Battle Cast next week because we'll be up in Dallas for the premiere on October 3rd. And then stay tuned for YouTube. This Sunday is going to be the Bardock preview. And then the week after that, Death Battle's back, October 6th.
Yeah.
Omni-Man versus Bardock.
And
can't wait for y'all to see it.
And like the video before you leave. Also enjoy this ad. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.